Okay.
This is the first
Okay.
episode. This is the first
I'm just
Devon. This is the
hitting
first episode.
continue.
Number one. And you guys get to see it right here and hear it right here on what should we call it? Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Okay. So Women's Talk with Yaya Diamond. We'll be right back. You're tuned in to Women's Talk with Yaya Diamond, where we talk about all things women, life, love, children, self-worth, and self-love, and not losing yourself in the in-between. Let's see what we're talking about today. Thank you for tuning in to Women's Talk with Yaya Diamond, and here we go. Welcome back to Women's Talk. Oh, that sounds so good. I got Devon here because me and her, we were talking the last time she was on the show about Women's Talk, right? And we were talking about how women go through these things and all this stuff. And I was like, Devon, what do you want to talk about, girl? What are you talking? This is Women's Talk. Let's just do this. Let's do this. So, Devon, let's kick it off. Girl, tell everybody who you are and what you do, and then let's go into the conversation because I know a lot of women are going through this right now.
Right. So I'm Devin Love. You can look me up if you ever want to see some of my music or
I
hear
had
what
to
I'm
call
working
you
on.
Devon. It's Devin. Ugh.
No, you're good. You can do both ways. You can do
Okay.
both as long as you don't add like a Y in there. That's definitely no. You're all good. But all I've got to say is that women, we have to support each other. We have to support other women having voices and just in every aspect of life. We have to do better by each other, and that's what we're here doing today, which is giving a
Definitely.
voice to women of all shapes, sizes, ages, doesn't matter. So what I wanted to have kind of on my mind today was just going off of just women in our careers, because I do think, and in my adult journey, I'm telling you, I'm not sure. I think you can have some of everything. I think you can have some of a lot of different things that you want and keep it going, but I don't know if all is possible because we don't have so many hours in the day.
It's hard, it's hard to go after that dream because you kind of got to give up something. Like, okay,
Something's
so
going off of your
some,
plate,
oh
whether
yeah,
you realize it
something's
or
got to go.
not.
Something's got to go. So when I was younger, because I was thinking, okay, should I go for the dream or should I just kind of go a little bit for the dream and then like family? It ended up that I kind of like sang in the nightclubs and sang at the restaurants and stuff like that, and I had my family. That was my biggest thing, and my biggest thing was to get my family, get my kids, and have all of that while I was young, because I figured at older age it's harder. You
It
don't want to
can
be
be. We
dealing
don't
with it.
have forever. With
Mm-mm,
science,
mm-mm,
is doing amazing things with like IVF treatments and things like
mm-hmm.
that. And women can kind of freeze their eggs now. My one manager, not at the job I have now, but she was discussing, well, should I freeze my eggs? And I mean, you can, but it's a very costly process. I mean, this woman had a full-time job where she was making a very pretty nice income, but she would have had to get a second job to be
Mm-hmm.
able to pay all her bills, be comfortable, and pay for this whole the egg fertilization. It's going to run you around $8,000. So
Mm.
that was hence why she was thinking maybe I need two jobs.
And
So
freezing your eggs, some of us go through menopause a lot earlier than other
then
people.
others, it depends on your family members. I would look at
Mm-hmm.
that a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, oh yeah, because I'm already done,
Oh
and
wow,
I didn't even think,
that you would
yeah,
hit earlier. Yeah.
didn't even think that until I talked to my mother. She's like, oh yeah, 42 to 45, we're done, darling, we're done. So
and
yeah.
then and then that's my thing, at that point in your life, you're
Mm-hmm.
having menopausal, you're sweating your ass off, and
Girl, please.
you know what I mean. But I'm saying you're doing all these things that would be menopausal symptoms, and you're
Mm-hmm.
sitting there thinking, well, I can't get pregnant, I'm too old to get pregnant, right? You're not on birth control at that point. You're like, I'm
Yeah,
done. Like,
done.
clearly
No.
my stuff is burning up. I'm done. So that's
No.
crazy. Yeah.
No.
So yeah, so I
No.
guess that's the main thing, you know, it's like
Mhm.
you don't have forever. And I think
Right.
that's a lot of why. So my one of my good friends from high school, she is a fantastic opera singer, but she
Mhm.
really doesn't sing anymore. She has like a pretty okay job, kind of like in HR and stuff. And I always kind of get after her, like, why aren't you singing? Like, can we do a song? Like, what's, you know?
Mhm.
It's just, it's not so much that the passion has died. It's not so much that, but she wants to be a mom. That's kind
Mhm.
of her thing, and she's not really ramping up like the music and stuff like that.
Right. Right.
But I don't think what I don't think she understands is like you keep acting like you're going to have later, and it's like
You don't know.
you want to hit this at female singers. We want to be hitting our stuff 20, 30, 40. Those are our
Mhm.
pretty years. Those are the best that you're going to get aesthetically, you know,
Oh yeah.
that you can put your face on the product and whatever.
Mhm.
Those are our best times to really be going after, you
Yeah.
know, the things we want. And until things have kind of run its course for you as an artist, I really don't suggest that female musicians have kids and just not think about where they want to be.
Right. And I did it backwards. I really did. I had my kids in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And my girl, she was at 29. I was like, look, 30 hit is done. We done. We
Right,
out of
but you know what?
business.
So did you have most of your 30s, that most of your 30s you were like, okay, we're
Raising my
getting this.
children. Raising my children.
Were
My
you getting
30s.
back to, in your 30s, were you kind of like, I'm going to get back to the music a little bit more?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. When my daughter turned about, I'd say 2 or 3 years old, I started to hit it harder. Started to do
Right,
a little
because
bit
now you weren't
more.
nursing her and stuff, I'm
No,
sure, and it was a little bit
exactly.
less on you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm not gonna give her age now, but she has her own car. She
Right,
drives.
got
She's
you. Fair
gone. So
enough.
it's like my son has kids. I'm a grandmother.
Okay.
So
Okay. You're
so
like,
it's,
y'all are
yeah,
good. This is my time.
yeah. Bye
All
bye.
right. I got you. I
But
got you.
it's a decision that most women don't know what to do. And so you have your point of view where you didn't do that, right? In the relationship, it's like your
I
career.
I'm really, I'm in my 20s right now, and I'm really putting, like, so basically I got my associate's degree and my bachelor's degree like done
Mhm.
first. Now it's really my time to just like do music, and just wherever that takes me, and I'm very open
Mhm.
to the journey,
Right.
if you will.
You know,
I
it's
mean,
hard though. I'm not gonna lie to you because, being that you're on the journey and being that you're going for your dream and your goals and everything and you're hitting it hard, men don't understand that. And some men are threatened because of success of their woman. It is really hard to get a good man that understands that, look, I am going after this because it's for me, and I don't need you to support me, but I need you to support me, not financially, but mentally. This is a hard journey, and being by my side is what I need. And when you go through your stuff, guess where I will be? Right by your side. So this is a team effort. Some men just don't get it. They don't get it. They don't understand. So how are you coping with that? How do you, or are you, or have you found that what I just said is
um,
exactly what it is?
and it's a little bit like that. So basically there was this guy I was talking to. We definitely like had like a very friendly, like back and forth conversation because we were both into music. He used to have his own studio at one point. So I'm like in my 20s, he's in his 30s, a little bit older, not by very much. But
Mm-hmm.
the point being was that he was like, "Oh, like can I see your work? Can I see like a project you're a part of?" So I ended up hitting him like with one of, even though the song didn't have my voice on it, you could
Mm-hmm.
tell the project I was a part of clearly had highly produced, had professionals involved. Like, this is
Mm-hmm.
not me singing in my kitchen, I guess is
Right.
the point I'm trying to make. Like, the
Mm-hmm.
things I do at this level are very serious, and the coach I hired is telling me, like, look, I want you to put down $1,000, and we're
Mm-hmm.
just going to hire the best people on the instruments. I want you to go to a new voice teacher because now you're past your old person. So my new voice teacher is one of the people that coach the finalists of The Voice. So she is more expensive for me to obviously work with her and deal with her, but I feel that she's getting the best of, my voice.
Right.
And she was willing because of COVID, as you know, a lot of musicians is not working that much. So she was like, I got time for you. You could pay me. Okay.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah. So that was just, just an incredible thing that happened. But the point is that all of the things I do are being like, we're purposefully leveling crap, up in a very competitive way.
Right.
To be able to, have a really high, whatever your highest shot is, then you need to make sure you're spending the money and having all of, not just the right people, but people with the industry knowledge, meaning that this woman has already trained a winner. So she already knows this is what it's going to take for you to do the same thing.
Right.
But I guess what I'm getting at is that I'm very, and you're going to see more from me in the future, of course. But I guess what I'm getting at is I'm in a very competitive, like the guy at the studio, he called me, he said, you're an intermediate vocalist right now. So I don't know if I'm sure you kind of know, right? He was like, you could become advanced, but I need you to do, so I've received new instructions.
Right, gotcha.
But the point is that project was highly produced. It wasn't really DIY. I'm kind of growing out of, some of that kind of homegrown, like in my, in my computer.
Yeah, I gotcha.
No. And I'm not making fun of it. That's just where I am in the journey. And we're just owning where we are. But the point being is that when I show people the stuff, they're like, oh, like, she's not playing. Like, so that song that I showed him won an international award title in a competition. So he's kind of sitting there like he couldn't even, it was hard for him to even like give me a compliment, you know what I mean, about the project. That's leveling. That means that I'm not even, that's because that means I'm threatened by what you're doing. You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah, but sometimes, when you feel threatened by somebody, either you're going to kind of cut them down, or you're not really going to give them that compliment or any accolades. So because you're just like, wow,
Wow. That's just, it's it's sad. It really is sad when you have to deal with that mentality of people who don't understand that, just because I'm here doesn't mean I don't need love, doesn't mean I don't need
and
someone,
and it doesn't make any of the work that he's done any less, because I truly was a fan of his and I did enjoy his stuff. It's like, I don't think people understand. It's like, I'm not doing this to like take something from you, that's like a very weak person's mentality.
Yes, definitely. I understand, I got it. So what is the message here? Women, when we go for things, when we are doing things, don't think that, it's bad to do that. It really isn't bad. You're just going to have to find that strong person that understands that you compliment him. Exactly. Not that you take away from him, not that you're threatening him, but that you compliment him. And that when he walks hand in hand with you, when he takes you and you put your arm around his arm and you walk down wherever you're going, that he holds his head up high, like, look at my woman, she got it going on. That's how that should be. I mean, it's hard.
That's how it should be.
It should be that way, but men get threatened. And that's what we want to talk about this. So what are you going to do? I mean, what is it that you're just going to continue to go about what you're doing and see what happens, and see if you can find that strong man that understands that you are a compliment to his name?
I mean, right now, I've just been doing a lot of work internally, and I'm really just fixated on, like, let me get me right up here. Let me get me right, because if I'm right up here, I could do anything, you know, and that goes for anyone, you know, out there. So I feel like I'm getting myself sorted out on a lot of different levels. And right now, like I said, I'm not closing myself off. If you meet somebody and you have that vibe, and I'm not talking about lust, I'm not talking about that. I just mean if you have a really outstanding connection that's undefinable, I'm not gonna like turn away from that. But at the same time, I'm not on any dating websites right now. I just think with COVID going around and all that, people are not in the spot that they think they are to pursue relationships or even just like hookups. It's like you're not, believe me. So it's not really a great time, you know, for the psyche of many different people.
Yeah.
If we're just being honest. So I am kind of like let me wait till this, you know, slows down a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Well, I wish you all the best, and definitely wish that you could find that man that look, guys. Let's just be real, okay? When you get I mean, you know, real, come on. I mean, seriously, am I right? Okay, look, seriously. When you get a woman like Yvonne or like myself, we are a compliment to you. We look good on your arm. You know why we look good on your arm? Because we don't depend on you. We love you. We respect you. But in the end, we compliment you, we help you, and we make you look good. When you go around your guy friends, you could talk about how your woman is doing this, and how your woman and your wife is like this, and that's her. Because when you do that, you got our attention. Just saying. Am I right, girlfriend? Am I right?
I'm over here like, okay, you know what? You're all right now. But no, I mean, all I'm gonna say is that, and I'm careful about how I lay things out. And you know, and at this point, when the last time I wrote it like a dating profile, I didn't even put any of my stuff on there about what I did. I put none of it on there. Because I'm like, you know what, if you're dealing with me through conversation, or even if you get far along enough that you end up on, you know, social media, you're going to be like, oh, that's what she does.
Girl, I'm glad I don't have to date. I have my man.
I hear you.
I ain't looking for nobody. My husband's like, you got to do what? Go, baby. Do it. Go ahead.
Right.
I'll advertise it for you. What you doing?
He's an encourager.
Yes, he is.
But I guess all I'm trying to say is that I feel like I don't come at people like I'm trying to like brag about what I'm doing. And just like my coach said, he was like, I really want you to remain humble, you know, remain humble. And I'm definitely, you know, trying to embody, you know, the humble musician and just really, you know, so it's like, I feel, you know how, because it's very repelling when you're like, when you have somebody, well, look at all the things I do and aren't I wonderful? But you get what I'm saying? So I'm careful about how I come, like I'm not coming to the table with that kind of energy, like, oh, I'm so much better than you, and don't you know, that's not what I do at all, you know? So I do think if you're a woman and you have a lot of things, I'm not saying that you play it down, but I do think there's a way you have to do it. So that at the very least, if he's repelled by you, that's fine. But at least there was no attitude or, you know, princess complex or anything crazy that like came in there with that. And it's more so that you're just kind of stating the facts. This is who I am. This is what I do. If you like it, I love it. Great. If you don't, then we're kissing each other goodbye, you know.
It may not even COVID.
Right. Like, actually, no.
What's up?
Actually.
What's up?
Exactly. So, but I feel like you get where I'm coming from. Yeah.
Definitely. And you know, it's sad when you have to hide what you do or hide who you are. You know, it's you know, I go out and people ask me, "Oh, you look so nice. What do you do?" Well, I do a lot of things. And that's pretty much what I say. They're like, wow, you know, I do a lot of things. What do you do? You know, because I'm not really interested in what I do because I already know what I do. What do you do?
I know that's right. I know that's right.
What do you do? But I mean, yeah, it's definitely it's a great thing to be humble. But when you're getting to know someone, the threat of who you are shouldn't be like up here above their head to make them think like, oh my gosh.
But sometimes it's not only that. I will say this, and I was on, so my friend and I, he's a male musician, so we kind of have like a little podcast that we do together. So you're kind of getting, like, this is women's talks, of course, but with our podcast, I guess the difference is you're getting, one male perspective, one female perspective. So that's kind of the difference there. But I guess we brushed on this is really more of the conversation, but we brushed on a little bit. I said, when people like us get bigger, we end up going on tour for 9 months out of the year. So I think I've had people like futurize that reality onto, like, maybe I went on a couple of dates with them and they're like futurizing that right now. Oh my gosh. It's like, stop. You can't do that. It's like, we're not even like on that yet. We don't necessarily even know if we kind of like each other enough to keep talking 3 months from 3 months from now, if we're still in each other's lives, So I just think for whether you're a man or a woman, it's like, please try not to futurize situations that it's like you are maybe years from dealing with, or maybe not even happen at all, So I just think, just be, I think the main thing is just being present and just enjoying the person's company. Actually something there, to build upon.
And and you're right, because I do talk about going on tour. I'm gone most of the time, especially if it's local. I'm gone every weekend, and my husband is amazing with that. It's been years since we've been doing this. In the last 6 months, I've been home, and it's been like, babe, I love you. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I got you home this long. It's like, but this weekend came, and it's like concerts and big crowds and people, and he's like,
now does he go to the shows when he can, like if he doesn't have his job, or I don't know, family
think about it. My husband's been with me since 1989. Okay, he's been seeing me do this so many times. It's like last night, instead of coming out to the concert with me, he watched the fight on UFC. I was like, I'll order it for you, baby. You want to see it? Because he's seen me so many times.
He's seen this. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, baby, have a good time. I'm like, yeah, and you tell me about the fight, okay? So it's like, we go and,
So this is kind of for you guys. You kind of take space. He kind of takes space. And that's like your, I guess, natural time away, if you will.
Yeah, definitely. And he, sorry about the dog. He's an actor, and there have been times where he's gone a couple of weeks at a time, 2-3 weeks at a time, shooting a movie or doing something different. And so, I have that time where I have to, kind of face him and go, hey, have a good time on the set. And sometimes I get a chance to go on set and meet some really famous people, so it's kind of really cool. That was back in the day, but now he's painting, so he has his painting, so he takes his moment. He has an area. He has an area where he paints, and we get all his stencils and all his, and I make sure he has everything, because I'm there to compliment him, and it's a wonderful thing. So I mean, when you find that person, girlfriend, when you find that person, don't let him go.
Well, and you know what? And I'm not knocking nobody. I've met a lot of nice people or great people in their own way, but it's like, I need to make sure you fit well with, just like he said, he didn't even call the music industry. He literally said, they don't know the animal that you're dealing with. That's how he put it. He didn't say music. He said they don't know the animal that you're dealing with. So that's like super deep that he even like went to that. But it's true. It's like, I just need to make sure you're cool and you're like fine, like with the machine and all the stuff I'm hooked up to, basically.
It is.
And that's not,
it's an animal.
That's not nothing. I can't just find a normal 9 to 5-er, if you will. This is kind of a tall order.
Mm-hmm. It definitely is a tall order. It is a tall order,
No,
girl.
it is. It is a tall order.
It's a
But
tall
it
order.
can, crazier things have happened. But just like I tell people, if you're frustrated with dating, guess what? You only need it to happen correctly one time.
That's it. One time.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just one
Everything
time.
else was where you just needed to happen for you one time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
So I
eventually it
just
will.
right. So I just feel like for me right now, I'm very vulnerable as an artist, meaning that I'm spending a lot of money because I'm trying to grow and basically break into like the top line. Um, I truly feel that with the coach I have, the voice teacher, the coach, putting all these things in the combination, having a producer that has 30 years of experience, and
Mm-hmm.
he's produced people that have kind of the voice like mine. I feel like if I do the work over the next year, something's going to happen. I don't know what. I couldn't tell
Mm-hmm.
you what is going to fall to me, but I'm like, I just feel that during this time, I really just want to be focused on the work. Because here's my thing. Once you get married, that's for life. Meaning that,
Mm-hmm.
like, I just want to enjoy my time on this trajectory and just be happy right now, you
Right.
know?
Mm-hmm.
Because even that energy will call in the right person. And just
Yes.
being happy right now and not sulking, well, I don't have what I want right now. You know what I mean? That's
Mm-hmm.
not very attractive.
Right. Right. You're right. You're right. Wow. So where can people reach you, girlfriend? Where can they
I
find
mean,
your
did you
music?
feel
I'm sorry, you cut off again.
sure? I mean,
Go
no,
ahead.
you're doing good. You're doing good. But I want to say, I mean, so I'm on Instagram. I post daily, even if it's just like, oh, here's just a snippet I want you to hear that's maybe not done yet or anything like that, and finish stuff. I'm
Awesome.
on Instagram a lot at Devin Love Music. Um, Same screen name is for Twitter, on YouTube. You can put my name and throw my name in YouTube. It'll come. That should pop me out on there as well. So basically, I release music through DistroKid. So if you
Mm-hmm.
look up my name, you should be able to find me on any platform.
Well, you'll find someone. You'll find that one person that sees that talent in you and wants to really help you to get to the next level, and then you'll find something in them that you'll want to help. Because I mean, it's kind of like a mutual thing. When you have someone that wants to help you get higher, you want to help them get higher too.
Absolutely.
So when you find that one man that's not afraid, and not
Right.
scared or intimidated.
Cause it's hard because I feel like with someone like me, you know, there's a lot of people that want to do music, but I kind of know the business end and I'm also a manager at my job. So imagine putting all that together, you know what I mean? That's going to be crazy by the
Mm-hmm.
time I get done I'm because I've already had another business prior to kind of being greatly involved with music, it's
Mm-hmm.
different because I'm looking at, okay, what are our metrics like? What is this like? If this person doesn't do their job, then I'm spitting them out and I'm using the little that you get
Yeah.
where I'm going with that thought.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes for a guy to have a woman where the business acumen is very high and super sharp, that's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So I look at it like this. I'm not just an artist. I'm building a business. I'm
Mm-hmm.
building a legacy. This is the empire, you
That's it.
know?
You can either be on board or you can jump ship.
Right. Because God knows there's a lot that's going to, every day something needs to get, executed
Mm-hmm.
and put into motion. If you want
Yep.
to really build something big and crazy like this.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Oh, yes. Well, girlfriend, thank you so much for being on the first Women's Talk. What? Now, this was about finding that person that's going to compliment you and understand that you're going to compliment them. It's not an easy thing to find, and no means, okay? Because most men can be intimidated by your statue, by your determination to succeed. But if they understand that you compliment them and that when you walk down the street with them, that they are a better person, because they have you on their arm. Because it's a blessing to have a person, not just a man or a woman, to have, you know, not a man to have a woman or a woman to have a man, but to have a person there that compliments you, that pushes you forward, that helps you because you're helping them. It's a mutual thing. And if you can get over that fear of having someone that may be more successful than you, then I think you have something really good. Girl, thank you so much. Oh. And that was our first episode.